Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Divine Journey. So, since the last episode, I have moved up the mountain. So, I got everything moved up. We have kind of like a little well here to get water. Everything is, it's a little bit more spread out. It's not all, compacted right into our house kind of a thing. Right down here, this is our mine. And we are actually on Y129 right now, so it took a little while to dig that down. And it's actually not even finished because I'm going to have to dig out some side areas for mine carts and things of that nature. Up here, well, there's essence berries, and then I've got just kind of a temporary home. Eventually, we'll probably clean it up. Like right now, it's pretty much just all made out of cobblestone and then a limestone roof is what it is. But eventually we may change up some of the blocks and stuff. This is all black frequency colored cobblestone, which you can actually just chisel that to make it. But eventually this will be like a smeltery building. And right now I've got the smeltery just running through cobblestone, through a hopper, making us some seared bricks. And then I've got a timer here on 4-second intervals. And then I've got everything sorted. These are making glass right now. And then right over here, of course, these are all of our machines that we have set up. And I've got a pulverizer here with that integrated hopper apparatus that we got from the quest. I've got it pulling stuff from this chest, pulverizing it, and then sending it over to the redstone furnace, and the redstone furnace cooks it. So it's just kind of like an early game, semi-automated ore processing system. I've also made up some tin gears, which we'll use in a bit for machine frames. That's why I'm making all those seared bricks right now. And then we've got a bunch of stuff. And then over here is just ores that haven't been processed. And then these chests are semi-sorted. We've got like blocks and stuff in here. We have plants. We have mob items. And then we have miscellaneous junk. So, and then all of our berries, if we take a step up the mountain, which I'll have to show you guys something kind of cool down in there. There's some really cool places that little like staircase goes through in the process of going down to, the bottom, like down to diamond level. Oh, by the way, I got our pick up to Fortune 3, so just a heads up. But here's all of our berries. So we have raspberries, we have blackberries, we have blueberries, and all of these planted and whatnot. We still need what is it? Mallow? Yeah, it's mallow berries, isn't it? Yes. And if I recall correctly, mallowberry is found in colder climates. So I don't know if there's any near here, but we'll definitely have to keep an eye out for them. And once these grow up, these are going to make kind of like a wall. So the only way in or out of this is through this little section here. And so eventually we'll have like a berry hedge maze thing. Or not really a hedge maze, but just a berry hedge place up there that we can gather all of our berries from and everything. But anyways, let's go down here. I've actually got 3 wide stairs all the way down. This took, it was 8, 9, 10 stacks of cobblestone, something like that. But you'll notice, we have a bunch of places like this that are like these huge caverns. Of course, with everything being amplified, we get some really nice stuff like this as we go down. So there's a couple of those down through here. I think this little pathway here connects to another one off on this side. And this one, well, actually there kind of wraps around and goes right over to the front of our old house on that side. But then, like right in here, we've got a little bit of a chasm that kind of connects outside. And we got a bunch of stuff like that. There's actually some really cool terrain in this area. So I haven't started actually bridging over to any other mountains or anything like that yet. Right now I'm just trying to get basically we moved from our forward base to a little bit more of a permanent base that is still needs a bit of work, but it's a lot better in there than in our old house. Now the front is open, so it's possible skeletons or something could come over here and fire at us while we're working, but I haven't had that issue because I've lit up a decent amount around this area and everything. Also in our block chest, you'll notice I found a bunch of obsidian. Actually, down where our mine is now, there's a bunch of lava pools around, so I've started pouring water and whatnot. Now, before we get started, in our bestiary, we actually have some new creatures. I want to pull those up real quick. First up, we have the grue. When it's pitch black, you are likely to be eaten by a grue, so be careful when putting out that torch or drowning that lava. Grue will teleport behind their target and drain its health. It was actually just kind of floating around in a cave that was dark down in the mine. Then we also have some Arctic creatures because I had an invasion, a cold-based invasion. First up, we have the Wendigo, large icy beasts known for leaving a trail of frostfire in their wake. They will also hurl tundra blasts, which create frostfire and frost clouds on impact. And then we have the Serpix. You can see this one actually has quite a bit of difficulty. It actually spawned right outside of my house as I was working on it. It actually shoots ice from its tail. But it says, notorious ice worms that burrow through the frozen earth. Serpix attack by roaring a deadly blizzard, casting frostfire upon the ground. And I think that's all that... Yeah. That's the only ones I encountered, you know, since last episode. Oh, and down in the mine, I actually found a zombie dungeon. A little zombie spawner and stuff. And there was actually, inside of that, there was a storage upgrade 4. So, good stuff. But anyways, we do have some quests completed. First up, diamonds. We have a bunch of diamonds now. If we take a look in here, we have 33. I went back and I mined the ones down in the mine that we first found. And actually, down in our mine, I came across a couple diamond nodes. So we can either get an ender pearl or an emerald. I'm going to take the ender pearl, I think. Wait, no, I shouldn't have done that. Should I have? No. I have 12 emerald ender pearls. I have 1 emerald. Whoops. That's okay. But anyways, and then tough as obsidian, we get 3 treated leather and 3 leather. We'll go ahead and take that. Of course, that's for the 40 obsidian. And that can be vein mined, which is kind of nice. Then we have a bunch of quests in here that got completed. First up, automation. Get 8 bronze ingots, and they're going to give us a satchel. And I'm assuming... Yeah, it was whenever I was moving stuff, and I happened to pick them up, and it completed. And then farming, we got pumpkin seeds, so they're going to give us 2 eucalyptus saplings, and then we also got melon seeds, they're going to give us sakura saplings. And then exploration, we have, I'm assuming these just unlocked, but we got corrupted shards for getting a corrupted shard. It says defeat enthralled defeat enthralled Dramcrisis. And I don't know, like the shards that I have them in mob drops actually. Okay, it is. I did not defeat one of those. I got that from something else, I believe. But anyways, they're going to give us a leather strap. We'll go ahead and take that. And then the one for the snow globe that we found like last episode, they're going to give us a glove. So we'll go ahead and take that. That gives us freeze protection, and the leather strap is for jetpacks. Alright, so let's take a look. Our satchel, not a whole lot of slots in it. Meh. And then, oh, we can actually upgrade this though, right? The hardened satchel, Invar 10. It's actually not too bad. We might do that in a bit. I did upgrade our iron backpack, so we have a little bit bigger one. It's like double the storage space. It's a lot nicer than the one we had before, so... Anyways, let's go ahead and get into what we're going to be doing today. And today we are actually going to be picking back up with the quest. You know, last episode we worked on tools. We got some really nice tools and stuff in place. Last episode, I did notice something interesting though. The Madoc does not have a speed increase for gravel. So gravel right now, I'm still breaking it rather slow. But the nice thing is I can vein mine that. So I break one and they're all gone. So it's not really a big deal. But anyways, they want us to make an alloy smelter and a sag mill. So my plan is to get through the alloy and sag mill, then get to the big reactor, and then redo all of this. Especially like our power transfer and stuff. I mean, this works. I mean, magma crucible, fluid transposer, induction smelter, pulverizer, redstone furnace. They all work fine. It's not really an issue, but would like to set up like a big reactor like right over here and have it a little bit better of a layout, you know. Alright, so first up, we're going to need to make a couple machine chassis. So that's a couple pieces of Invar. I think I've got Invar... I've got 2 pieces. Okay, I'm going to need to make some more of that. And I think I'm going to make it in the induction smelter. It's 2 parts iron, 1 part ferrous. We'll just throw that into there. And get that running real quick. There we go. And then, let's see. We're also going to need a basic machine frame. And I've got these gears prepped for just that purpose. That's why I was making up all this glass as well. And we're also going to need iron plates. or weighted pressure plates. So it should be 8 for our machine frames, and then we're going to need 8 of these as well. And there's our 2 machine frames. They're fairly expensive, you know. That's actually a bit of iron and a bit of seared stuff for that. And then in addition, we're going to need some basic capacitors, 4 of those. That's just copper, redstone, and then gold nuggets. Or you can use electrotine. I'm going to use redstone. I've got more of that. Gold nuggets, and then just a bit of copper. And there we go. 4 of those. And then, what else do we need? Iron bars. Okay. They're not too bad. They're not terrible, let's say that. There's our 2 machine chassis, and they're going to give us either 1 ferrous or 3 iron. I'm definitely going to take the ferrous. I've had a lot less luck finding ferrous than iron. Speaking of, can we do that in the induction smelter? Pulverizer, we have a chance to get shiny, which is really nice. I mean, I could get rich slag, but I'd rather go for that shiny, so I'm just going to throw it into here. Alright, and then we have quests for the sag meal, swag meal, and the alloys. And it looks like that unlocks 8 quests elsewhere. Wow, okay. Okay, well we're going to start with the swag meal. We're going to need a chest for that, which I've got right here. I've got a bunch of wood. Alright, and then we're going to need, it's mainly a bunch of Invar, really. Oh yeah, the weighted pressure plate, a couple pieces of redstone, and then that Invar. There we go. Oh yeah, and is it smooth stone, or it is smooth stone? Okay. Piston, and oh yeah, flint. And there we go, there's our sag meal, and then we'll go ahead and turn that quest in. They're going to give us 10 flint. And then the alloy smelter, raw beef and sand. Sounds good. For this we're going to need a bit more Invar, a casting basin, which we should have. Oh yeah, let me get, I can't remember, does the casting basin take some kind of weird, yeah, it takes a cauldron and seared bricks, which is, that's fine. It's not really a problem. And then we're going to need a bit more Invar. I've got ferrous right here. Do I have any shiny? I still have not gotten any shiny. Okay, so there's our Invar. And then we just really need furnaces. It's blocks of coal, cobblestone slab. It's a bunch of cobblestone. It is a bunch of cobblestone. I've actually used through a bit of cobblestone since the last episode as well. So, alright, we're going to need, first up, oh yeah, we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12 compressed cobblestone. And then I should still have, I've got 2 cobblestone slabs. Alright, so there's our 3 furnaces, and then there is our alloy smelter. Woot! And they're going to give us some sand and some beef. And then we've already completed this redstone alloy quest, and they're going to give us 1 basic capacitor for that. Okay. And then darker than steel. Actually, do we have, how much dark steel do we have at the moment? 5 pieces. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that out. We'll make a piece real quick. And actually, now that I think about it, we can mark this off of our list. Make an alloy smelter and sag mill. Okay, so now that we've got that, dark steel is made. Can it be made in the induction smelter? It can, with pulverized obsidian. And I almost feel like that's cheaper, right? Like 12,000 RF, 20,000 RF, and you don't need the coal. Oh, that's with steel. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, we're gonna do the alloy smelter method. So let's go ahead and set these up. I'm gonna put the sag mill like right here. Hopefully it'll, yeah, steadily getting some power from this. And then the alloy smelter can go right here. I've actually begun making some Eulerian because I know that we're gonna need it this episode. So, okay. So first up, I guess we'll go ahead and start sag milling up some coal. Get that coal dust. And then this, I'm going to go ahead and set it to alloys only for right now. Just because I don't think we're going to be running anything, like processing anything through that. And let's go ahead and throw in, get like 5 pieces of iron out of here. That. And that's going to steadily start producing our very first piece of homemade dark steel. And it looks like after that, they are going to want us to start making reactor casings. Oh, God. This is going to be rough with our current power generation. Like, hands down, this is going to be rough. So I almost think we might look at some kind of better... Because, I mean, this thing, the Stirling generator, is horrid. Absolutely horrid. I mean, I guess... Oh, it's just efficiency. It's not really... I don't know if I want to make another Stirling generator just to get a little bit more power output. Because, I mean, this isn't going to cut it at all. Tell you what, I'm going to pull all the ores out of that. We'll just throw them back into here. I think we're good, at least good to start with Eulerian for right now. I think we'll be okay. Oh, yeah, this is taking forever to run. We're definitely going to have to bump up the power production. Definitely. So, I think what we'll do... I don't know if I want to go with just another Stirling generator.
March of the Gorgomites!
Oh.
Let them crawl.
There we go. These guys actually aren't that bad, though, so I don't mind it too much. Not really seeing a whole lot of them coming out, though. Oh, there's a Geist. There's a Gorgomite. Okay. Nope. There we go. Crush them fast. Hey, hey, hey. Whoa! Whoa! Okay. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. See, they keep spawning out more and more of them. Like, the entire invasion is, like, centered at this exact spot. Oh, my God. This is just insanity, is what this is. I may have to retreat. I don't know. Oh, my gosh. This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay, yeah, we're going to retreat for right now. I do believe. Because they just keep spawning more. Okay. And I can't remember, I think you just have to kill them faster than they can spawn, if I recall correctly. That's kind of the trick to them. Now, their drops aren't too bad because they drop a lot of solid blocks that... Oh my gosh, they're in my house. Are you serious? Yeah, see. There we go. Okay. Okay. Let's check our bestiary here. I believe Gorgomites are first desert creatures, small rock beetles, fairly weak, but if given enough time, they will call nearby friends from the ground. Before you know it, you will be swarmed, so kill them quickly. They are scared of manticores. Alright. Well, we don't have access to any manticores. But you can see I got a bit of sandstone, I got a bit of smooth stone from them. Not too bad. Speaking of, what do I need? Yeah, I'm not ready for that just yet. Well, anyways, our first piece of dark steel's done. I'm going to go ahead and grab that just so we can turn in this quest. This one right here. And get another free basic capacitor. Now, in order to do this, we are going to need a lot of dark steel. Like, the first quest is 20 pieces. Okay, and to get the power that we are going to need to make all this dark steel, because there's no way. There's no way with just Stirling generators. I mean, it would take forever, or many, many Stirling generators to do this. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade our power generation. And we are going to go for, first up, a lava generator. Takes a block of iron, 2 dark steel, and then some redstone alloy. So let me see. I think I've got... I do not have the redstone alloy made yet, really. Oh, there it is. Never mind. I'm crazy. Don't mind me. And then let's go ahead and get a bit of iron. We'll get our block of iron. Grab that. And we're pretty much going to use all the dark steel that we've created for this. But that's okay. That is okay. So first up, the lava generator. Maybe it won't shift click because of that. There's that. There's that. And there's that. And then next up, we're going to upgrade that now to the heated redstone generator. This requires a furnace, a couple pieces of redstone, and then some blocks of redstone. which is not a problem. We have plenty of redstone at the moment, and the heated redstone generator actually produces a lot of power, like a lot. And what I'm probably going to do is do destabilized redstone instead of just running straight redstone through it. Since we already have the magma crucible and fluid transposer, it is pretty effective. Destabilized redstone actually generates a lot of power. Not heated redstone generator just yet. Furnace, lava gen, that, and there we go. There is our heated redstone generator. Not terribly expensive at this point. I mean, it's a good trade for that single Starling generator, and this thing will produce a lot of power for us. Okay, so now what we need to do is get that right there. I might be able to make fluid conduits already, but at the same time, I mean, soon we're going to be changing over probably to the big reactor. Okay, that's starting to run. It's producing power levels 80, time remaining pow. It's going to run through that in just a second. But that's only for the first, I think, 125, right? Yeah, and then it's going to pull off the next 125. And we should see, yeah, power starting to rise up in that. It's capping these out. Sounds good. And let's go ahead and get a little bit more of this. Oh, we need more redstone. Not something that I want to use long term, but for this burst of power that we need, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect for what we need. It's generating more power than what we're using, so that's what I want. Okay, let's go ahead and get a bit more of that coal dust being made. Because like I said, I mean, we're going to need a ton of this dark steel. Let's go ahead and throw that into there. And I'll go ahead and throw another bucket of that destabilized redstone in there. And another bucket. Good. Okay, it might be worth making a capacitor at this point. I don't know for sure. Let's go ahead and shoot for like 20 of this for right now. Something like that. Get a little bit more of that pulverized coal in there. There we go. Okay. And then in addition, we're going to need a bunch of graphite. Like a bunch of that as well. So let's go ahead. 54. Go ahead and break down a few more of these. Because I can go down the mines, I can get more coal anytime. It's not really an issue. And we'll go ahead and get that stuff cooking just in a standard furnace is fine. To get ourselves some graphite. And what does it take to... I can't remember. Aren't the capacitors like just standard? Like for like a double layer? Yes. But, oh, we can actually make it though without using energetic alloy, which is what we might do. I mean, I could pull off energetic alloy, but at the same time, I mean, this doesn't use gold. I mean, I've got one piece of energetic alloy that came from a chest. But I do like that electrotine ingot, I think. Compound. Yeah, let's do that. Let's actually do that, I think. Because, I mean, at the moment, I don't have a ton of uses for... Oh, but do I have glowstone? I don't think I have a lot of glowstone. No, I don't. And, I mean, the nether's not somewhere that I can just pop into and get glowstone easily. What does it take to make a distillery? I imagine something that we can't... Oh. Okay, yeah, never mind. We're going to hold off on that entirely, because I'm not going to be able to make the energetic alloy either. Well, I mean, it could be worse. It's not... The speed we're making dark steel isn't terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. So I'm just going to stick with that then. Our graphite, we'll go ahead and grab that. We'll make our first few reactor casings, I guess. It's also going to take Eulerian, so let me go ahead and grab that. And reactor casings, there is 8 of them. Okay. And let's see, the Eulerian fuel rods. They want us to make one of these. That takes 6 dark steel, 2 graphite, and Eulerian for that. We need so much dark steel. You know what? There's actually a vanilla quest for getting seeds. I just noticed. So we'll go ahead and turn that in. That gives us 3 mallow berries. Not the actual bush, though. Can I make the bush? No, I can't. Okay. Okay, I just went and I edited some footage while I was waiting. So we have all 40 of our dark steel now. That's finished running. We have ran through a lot of our redstone. Like, I have 5 blocks left. That's okay. I think 5 blocks will bite us over, and I can easily go get more with our hammer and our pick and stuff. Alright, so big reactors. Let's go ahead and get our Eulerian fuel rod. We'll get one of those. And of course that's going to finish out a quest. Then let's go ahead and get our other reactor casings. There's that. And then we're also... Okay, let me just turn these in real quick, because they may give us some parts that we need or something like that. This one is a bucket of gelid cryothium. It's not bad. And then over here we've got 6 Eulerium ingots. Now, right here, this is for the cyanide reprocessor. I'm not going to make that right now, I don't think. I mean, I guess technically I could. What do I need cyanide for? No, it looks like just turbines. What about plutonium? No, just turbine stuff. Okay, cool. That works out. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on over to this direction. First up, the access port. Let's go ahead and get that. So the reactor... Oh yeah, we're going to need pistons. Yeah, we're going to need a bunch of chests for this. So we'll go ahead and start with the chests. We're going to need 5 of those. Alright, and then we're also going to need weighted pressure plates. A fair few of those. Actually, I think it's just 1 per, right? And then it's going to be 10 pieces of redstone. Alright, so 5 pistons, and then our reactor access port. Oh no! Shoot. I need 4 pistons. It doesn't matter if we got an extra piston, that's okay. Alright, so reactor access port, there we go. Then they're also going to want us to get a reactor control rod. That actually takes red alloy. Okay. Control rod, there we go. First up, reactor access port. They're going to give us 2 oak drawers and 2 item transfer nodes. That will definitely come in handy. And then the control rod, we're going to get an achievement stand. Alright. That's actually kind of nice. Let's put our achievement stand down, like, right here, I think. And then we can tab through this and see our achievements and everything right here. Of course, we've also got this book. I'm going to put the book up for right now, instead of packing it around on my person. You know, we can come back here, we can do our achievement stuff here. That's fine. Okay, and then we just need the controller and the power tap. Power tap, they're going to give us 6 hardened flux ducts. That will be useful. Alright, so power tap. Ooh. We are going to need 1 more. What do we need for the controller? Okay, so we're going to need 3 more redstone alloy. And out of curiosity, what takes the least amount of power? 6,000 in the induction smelter, 10,000 in the alloy smelter. Okay, well, it sounds like we are going with the induction smelter. For sure. Alright, so first up, our reactor power tap. There we go. And then for our reactor controller. Now this is going to take reactor casings, redstone alloy, Eulerium, but it's also going to take pulsating crystals. That's pulsating iron. I imagine that's still standard. Yes, yes, okay. Oh, and we can actually make it in the induction smelter. So that is how I'm going to do that. For sure. So ender pearl, iron. There we go. There's our pulsating iron. I know my inventory is getting kind of messy. That's okay, because we're about to empty it out really, really well. Okay, and then one other thing that I'm going to need, that is a diamond. Break that down. That. Pulsating crystal. Reactor controller. Whoops. Okay, so there's our 6 hardened flux ducts, and then we're also going to get creeper head, skeleton head, or zombie head. I'm going to take creeper, just because I feel like that's a little bit harder to get, and I think... Okay, well, we don't have skeleton skulls either, but we have plenty of zombie heads for the time being. Okay, so this whole side of the first tab is done, except for the cyanide reprocessor. Yeah, we still got 22 dark steel. I way overkilled that. Like, I really, really did. Well, I'll tell you what, we are going to pull up the heated redstone generator. I think we're pretty well done with that now. I don't think I have a whole lot of need for that going forward, like at all. Because I think we're going to put our reactor down right in here. Okay, I'm probably going to... Actually, I may just put it right here. So, let's go ahead and remove all this stuff that's in our way. That... Oh, stupid pixies. Like, they fly away, and then they'll come over and get, like, a quick pot shot, and then, like, fly away, and it drives me insane. Alright, I think those pulverizers and stuff, do they retain their power? Or am I just wasting... Okay, they do retain their power. Great. And I'm going to go ahead and move all this stuff out of the way as well. Just so we have a little bit more room to work here. Okay, let's set up our reactor. And I think I'm going to build it into the floor. So we'll just pull this stuff up. Put that right there. Just so if I break things, they don't fall through the floor. Okay, so reactor casings... We don't have nearly enough of these, by the way. Okay, let me make some more of these things. 12, that's maybe enough. We'll see. Yeah, I made enough dark steel, actually. And think about all this needing it, too, so... Oh, yeah, I'm going to need more of them. I am definitely going to need more of them. We'll go ahead and make up with the rest of them. Okay. So... First up, our controller. I'm going to put that, like, right here, I guess. And then our power tap, we're just going to set that right here. Our control rod, of course, that's going to go on the top. Let's go ahead and, well, on the back side. Let's see, what else do we have? Access port. I'm going to have to run that. Really, I could use... more than one access port. I would like to have more than one access port, but that's the one that takes all the pistons and the reactor casings. I'm going to go ahead and close that one off. Okay, reactor control rod, we'll put it right there. Man, at first I thought, well, I could probably do bigger than a 3x3. We still got a ton of resources left over, but yeah, there's no way. No way at all. Okay, we're going to do that. And then our access ports... We'll just put it in right there. And I guess we're going to do kind of manual for the time being. I think so. And then, I mean, eventually we'll make this bigger. And then eventually we'll move it out of here. I don't want our reactor to stay inside of our smeltery building. But this will be fine. This is the basic 3x3 reactor. Okay, so right now it's in insert mode. And let's go ahead and put some Eulerian into there. That's going to fill that up. And that looks good. So I guess let's go ahead and start this thing, because I don't think there's much else for us to do at the moment. And what we're going to do, let's see, that's 800 RF, 200 RF. This is going to produce how much? What are we producing? 250, 260-ish? Yeah, about 260-ish RF per tick. Not great, but, I mean... It's actually consuming a decent amount of millibuckets per tick. We're definitely going to want to grab any Eulerian that we can find. Because, I mean, it's quickly depleting that, honestly. But that's fine. It's still producing a decent amount of RF for our stage in the game right now. And then we'll try to upgrade power pretty quickly. So we're going to do a hardened flux duct coming out of there. And then let me just... oh, that's going to make a big mess. Tell you what, I'm going to set up another chest here and just dump all these like metals into here. I've got a ton of ores. Before long, we'll set up a more long-term ore processing area, but for right now, it's all just temporary setup. Okay, so we're going to pump all of our power then into this basic capacitor bank, and I mean, I guess technically I could put the basic capacitor bank right next to this. That would be fine. But I think I'm going to go ahead and bring it out just so we have a little bit more space, you know, from the reactor to the hub of all of our power. Okay. Man, yeah, we're producing a lot of power at the moment. Let me change my insertion rate too. Okay, and right now I think I'm going to run it at about 60% insertion. I mean, that's still 90 RF per tick. That's fine for the time being. Okay, because I mean, our basic capacitor's filled. Honestly, I may shut this off. I don't have space for the redstone control and all of that just yet. What does it take to make the redstone ports? Flux crystal. I mean, I could pull that off, but At the same time, I mean, I'm out of dark still right now, so I'm going to hold off on that. I mean, I can manually do this right now and just fill, you know, let this run, fill up that buffer, and then turn it off for the time being. Okay, so then let's just go ahead and shift all this stuff over, kind of give ourselves a little bit more space here than what we've got at the moment. So first up, our ore processing system, I'm going to set it up right here. And we'll just set our chest right there, and then our redstone furnace. We'll put it right there. And then the chest that attaches to that, I think I used it. Yeah, for those ores right there. So there we go, and then I can just dump all these ores into there and get that whole process running. Do that. Aluminum, lead, iron, silver. Yeah, all this stuff for right now. There you go. Because now we really don't have to worry too much about power, because I can always generate more power with this. Now, 200 RF per tick's not going to last us for a long time, but it'll work for now. And then our magma crucible, we'll just set that up like right here, I think. And then our fluid transposer, it's going to go right there. And then for power, we'll just run our leadstone flux ducts right back there. Alloy smelter can go... Yeah, we'll do alloy smelter right there. We'll do sag mill right there. I mean, it's still going to be a cluster of machines, but that's fine for the time being. And then we'll do our induction smelter right there. Okay? Good stuff. And we've set up our basic 3x3x3 big reactor to power your machines. And I'm assuming they're talking about exterior size instead of, you know, that... This to me is a 1x1x1, but I'm pretty sure that's what they mean. So, because judging by the stuff that they had us craft and everything. And once we get ready to scale it up, we do have that bucket of jellied cryothium, which will come in handy. Okay, now next up in the achievement book, they want us to create basic vanilla farms. And this ties into... not sure when we're going to start getting it. I mean, most of this is just finding those presses. And we might actually... make our meteorite... I don't know. Maybe in a minute. I'm not ready. I'm not worried that much about starting AE right now anyways. But the next thing that we're going to do is work on those vanilla farms. And I'm gonna handle the vanilla farms a little bit differently in this pack than how I normally do. Okay? However, to do that, we are going to have to go to the Nether and get ourselves at least a little bit of glowstone for the way that I want to do it. Because kind of with the early game like tech approach that this pack has taken, instead of building like some big farms that we go out and we farm, you know, there's another way that we can do that I think is going to be fairly effective for us in our current setup and everything. And honestly, with this new sword, I mean, we're at the point where I can handle these mobs a little bit better. You know, they're not quite as bad. But also, while we're here, I'd like to get my hands on maybe...
Cinderfall, prepare to burn.
Good. Because everything that's happening right now is exactly what we want to happen. And I'm being totally sarcastic. Okay, let's actually poke our heads outside. How close or far am I from glowstone? Well, with Lycanites in the pack, you are always far from glowstone. Oh man, okay, Cinderfall is over. Let's head off in this direction, I guess. I just need to get my hands on some glowstone. And I've got an area somewhere... No, I don't want to die. Ah. Okay. Burned to death. Okay, I tell you what, I'm going to grab my bow actually, before we go out. I would like to make a crossbow this episode. I don't know that we'll get to it. Either a crossbow or just a standard bow. We may get to it. But my primary goal is getting those vanilla farms in place. Right? But I've got to get my hands on some glowstone. I don't know if I just want to make like a bum rush for it and shoot for it. But I have a feeling that if I do, I'll end up dying and then having so much trouble getting back to my body. So I think I'm going to pass on that idea. I mean, really, before we can master the nether, we're going to have to get fire protection. Like, that's just all there is to it. Just something that we're going to have to do. I don't have a ton of arrows. I probably should have made some more, but that's fine. But what I'm kind of aiming for at the moment is just a place where we're really close to glowstone when we come out. And that's pretty much what we have to find. Well, there's some right there, but I can't... Oh, no. No, 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 no. Ah. Come on back. Ah, we got a blaze rod into fire achievement. Now that I will take. Okay, is there any... Oh, what is that guy? That guy does not look... Ugh. Okay. Yeah, I don't want him. I definitely don't want him. Okay, let's head on back inside and we'll do a bit more scouting around. I think maybe if I head off in this direction, perhaps. Oh, I found Draconium. The start of something big. Now, the only thing I'm worried about is this pick is steadily losing durability. At a fairly decent rate, so... Ah, there we go, cobalt. That's what I was hoping to find, is to be able to fix the pick here shortly. Okay, this is what I was looking for, because we're kind of close. But I don't know what that sound is, and I don't like it, and there's a guy coming, and I don't want him. And I was hoping for some glowstone up here. Okay, maybe if I keep going up, because right up there is like the top of the nether. Cool. I see some glowstone, but it's literally right underneath, or right above some loppers. Oh, man. I swear we cannot catch a break at all. Oh, here's a pathway that I dug before, I guess. Okay, I've only got 4 arrows left. Oh man, there's just too many guys. I'm not going to be able to take that glowstone there. Unless I come in from the top. Now that's an option as well. And that would be... Ooh, that would be a bit more reasonable, I think. And if I could hit that one glowstone node, we would be set on glowstone for a while. So it should be right off... Should be like right under our feet right here. Okay. Now this is going to be tricky because I'm going to have to get it... Let's do like that. Okay. Shoot. Oh, my inventory is kind of partially filled up. Now what if I did like that? And then, ah, we got it. Okay, so we got nearly 3 stacks of glowstone. We are set on glowstone. Okay, now I just have to find my way back to the portal. Because I've just been kind of in like a weaving mess of stuff at the moment. This should be the path that went up, so if we just follow this down, we should be able to get to where we're going. Okay, I know where I'm at now. So we are home free, pretty much. Oh... And the nice thing is, I mean, that glowstone's going to go a good ways. You know, as long as I don't blow it on silly things, which I don't plan on doing. I plan on just reserving it for the things that we need. Once we have, like, fire resistance or flight or things like that, I mean, glowstone's going to be a lot easier to get. But right now, it's such a challenge to get any decent amount of that at all. Okay, so we are back. We've got our glowstone. And what we're going to be making, first up we are going to need to get ourselves a bucket of energized glowstone. So that should be 4 pieces of glowstone. And then we're also going to need to get some... Actually, 1 piece of this pulverized silver. And let me go ahead and get that. And then we're going to need 3 pieces of pulverized tin. And I guess I'm just going to... Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to sag mill up 10 ingots. There we go. Just sag mill that real quick. And then if we combine pulverized silver, 3 pieces of tin, and some energized glowstone, we'll get some aluminum blend, which is what we want. And I'll set that to furnace for a minute. We'll get that smelting. And what I want to make is a phytogenic insulator. Okay. And I think, let's see, dirt, aluminum gears, copper gears, redstone reception coil, that's gold. I should already have, yeah, I've already got a gold gear right there. And then we're going to need 2 copper gears. So we'll go ahead and get that smelting up. Let me switch, switch that cast over. Had some loose, like, seared brick in there. Gear cast. There we go. And there's our aluminum blend. Let's go ahead and throw in that aluminum with that copper. And then, oh yeah, machine frame. We're just going to go with a basic, I think. What does it take to make a hardened? Oh, there's something here with exploration. Oh, enter the nether. We either get a golden apple or a flint and steel. We're going to take the golden apple, which seems more reasonable. Okay. 6 pieces of redstone. And then we'll get the reception coil. I'll go ahead and put that into there. And let's get our first gears pouring out. And then we're also going to need 2 pieces of dirt. Go ahead and grab those. And then, okay, the hardened machine frame. Which that's actually something I'm going to have to upgrade some machines to hardened. But let's see, this... a lot of Invar and Electrum. And electrical steel. I could do it, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. That's fine. So we're just going to go with a basic machine frame for the time being. That'll be okay. So we're going to need 16 seared bricks. Because I imagine that I can upgrade these, right? Yeah. And actually, you know what? Making the hardened this way is cheaper. Okay, that's good, because we're going to have to upgrade some stuff in a minute. So, let's get these. There we go. And then we just need a little bit of iron. Okay. And I think that's everything now. So there is our phytogenic insulator. Awesome. And we're just going to set this up like right here. And then I'm also going to go ahead and close off all of those. And let me get a chest, because I'm going to put a chest over it to make sure that we always have one of each of the items that we need to craft things. I just want to make sure that we always have like a potato and a pumpkin and all that stuff on hand. So I'm just going to put that chest there. It's not actually going to feed into the phytogenic insulator. I tell you what, I will have this output up, but then it's not going to auto input. We're also going to need some sort of water. What does it take to make aqueous accumulator, copper gears? That's actually not that bad. Reservoir takes fused quartz and casting basins. Okay, and fused quartz is still standard. I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to go with the fused quartz method. I mean, that's like a whole stack of whole stack of nether quartz, but it's not terrible, really. Alright, so that's running, because then I can just put the reservoir here. I don't have to worry about any kind of piping or anything like that, or setting up water. I can just put the reservoir here and have it feeding into the phytogenic insulator, and there we go. We'll be done. I tell you what, this oak drawers, I'm going to take and set up like... Oh, I can't open that. Okay. We'll put one of them right here. And in this one, I'm just going to put netherrack, because we've got a ton of that stuff. So, water production, once that's done, we'll have to get a casting basin. That's not expensive or hard to make. Well, actually, I'm going to go ahead and do that. That's, think it'd be 4 seared bricks and then just a cauldron. There's that. Casting basin, there we go. Okay, so we're just waiting on the fused quartz to finish out that. Now the other thing that we're going to need, well, first up, we're going to need to upgrade our, or I would like to upgrade our induction smelter. So we'll go ahead and grab that. I need to make a wrench just so it's easier to pick that stuff up. To upgrade this, it's going to require 4 pieces of Invar and then Electrum. Now, I would like to get it up to reinforced, and I can do that with fused quartz or hardened glass. Signalum. Can I make this in the alloy smelter? Yes, I can. 3 copper, 1 silver, and 10 redstone.
Raptor rampage! The hunt has begun, and you are the prey.
Now, you guys have actually seen raptors once before. There they are, just falling in. I'm going to give them a little bit of time to spawn up. I would like to scan one, honestly. There we go. Aha! Okay. Giant vicious parrots and the jungle raptors achievement. I thought we had killed a raptor before. Let's see. Oh, that was a Yuva raptor, the one I just killed. Colorful raptors with extreme jumping and gliding abilities can be tamed as useful high jumping mounts, can almost sustain flight. Yeah, I would like to get them, in fact, but I don't know. I'm going to wait to get into taming, because taming can be a little bit OP, kind of. We'll get into that fairly soon, though. But I want a place to kind of house the animals and stuff before I start getting into all of that. Okay, now I'm also going to want a bit of Electrum. We're going to need an Electrum gear. So I'll go ahead and dump that in there and get that smelting up. And I'm going to pop into the nether, I think, and get a little bit more nether quartz. Or, actually, you know what? I could just go with hardened glass. Let's see if that's any different in this pack or not, though. Hardened glass, just pulverized lead, and then pulverized obsidian. Okay. Sag mill gives you 4. Awesome. Okay, so we're just going to do that then. And there's the Vento Raptor. That's the other kind of raptor. And if we take a look here, I think, yeah, that's plains. Swift raptors that glide at incredible speeds can be tamed as one of the fastest mounts. Okay. Anyways, let's get just a little bit of this obsidian. Let's start with 4 pieces. Throw that in the sag mill, get that running. For this, we are going to need... Oh, man. I'm getting low on redstone like bad. It's going to be like the last block getting broken down right here. But that's fine. I can get some more between episodes. It's not really a problem. And then for the signalum, 1 silver and 3 copper. And actually, I think that makes 4 of them, if I recall correctly. So we don't necessarily need this other 10 right now. Pulverized obsidian, we're going to run that through with some glass in the induction smelter. Am I missing something? Oh, I'm sorry, it's lead, not pulverized, or not glass. And we've got our 4 pieces of Electrum. Let's go ahead and pour that out and get our gear. And that'll be everything that we need for the hardened level. And then hardened glass, we got plenty of that. Okay. So let's go ahead and grab this. And we'll set that in there. Electrum gear. Invar. There's our hardened induction smelter. And then now we just need that signalum to finish up. Signalum takes forever in the alloy smelter. Oh, and then our fused quartz, that's done. Almost forgot about that. Let me go ahead and get that signalum melting down. And then let's get our reservoirs. And we're just going to set these up right here. Let me get a wrench, actually. Okay, there's our crescent hammer. And then let me go get Let me get another bucket, actually, just so I only have to run over there one time. And the nice thing is, I mean, I guess we'll have an infinite water source in our house now as well. So that'll definitely be handy. That's one of those mobs I miss, like, since Thaumcraft hasn't been updated. Is the zombies that, like, get bigger the more damage they take and stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and fill up this reservoir. And there we go, we have infinite water source. And then I'm just going to go ahead and hit that so it auto-outputs. It's going to fill up the phytogenic insulator with water. And so that part of it's done. And then our gear is done. Let's go ahead and get this upgrade. Reinforced Induction Smelter. Great. And I'm not going to go for the next tier because to make that one requires Enderium. I don't even think we have any shiny as of yet, so not even going to go there right now. But what I wanted to upgrade that for is I want to get into a couple thermal expansion upgrades. That is the secondary sieve and the stabilized frame. Just really, really quick. So that requires some wool and some bronze for the first tier. So we'll go ahead and get that. Wool, I don't know. Okay, I do have some. That's great. So there is our secondary sieve. And then for the stabilized frame, and these are for secondary chance outputs. So basically, you know, stuff that goes in this slot here, that secondary slot, that's what that's for. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and throw in the secondary sieve into this. But the stabilized frame, this one requires 2 more pieces of bronze, some of that hardened glass, 2 pieces of wool, 1 piece of rock wool, and then a little bit more glowstone. And then rock wool, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get slag. And I will say that eventually we're going to automate slag production, but for right now... Okay, I think the way that we're going to get slag to make our first piece of rock wool is, let's just get some kind of iron armor. We'll go with like iron boots, for example. Let's get ourselves some sand. And we'll throw this into the induction smelter. We've already got the secondary sieve, so it's going to give us a little bit better chance to get the slag. Can I not? Oh, that's divine. Let me see. That's divine RPG armor. Oh, man. Okay, well, this is standard Minecraft pick that dropped off of an ogre. So I think I can use that then. And basically what that's going to do is that's going to pull the gold off of this, and there's a chance to get slag. And I've actually got this Minecraft iron pickaxe. There we go. We got slag. Awesome. And then all we have to do then is just smelt it. I'm just going to throw it in the redstone furnace. Get that cooked up. And I actually don't mind tearing down those picks because I need gold. I really don't need golden pickaxes right now. We'll put that into there, and there we go. Stabilized frame. And that's going to give us then a 33% chance to get secondary items. Now eventually there's another upgrade that we can get, but I don't have the resources to make that at the moment. And then what we're going to do is, and this is going to be manual right now, eventually we'll automate this whole process, but we are going to make ourselves a clock and just run that through with the sand. And there's a chance then, is it a 75% chance or what is it? No, it's a 10% chance to get rich slag. But the nice thing is you always get your gold back, and so then what we can do is we can just make, you know, here's another gold clock, and we can run that through. And I think I've got some more gold. Yeah. I'll just go ahead and make a few of these. Now, it does require a little bit of redstone. Right now, you know, we don't have a whole lot of redstone, but we will, so it's not really a big concern. But anyways, there's our first piece of rich slag. Okay? So not too bad to get. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use that rich slag then to make ourselves a bit of rich phytogrow. And you can see that if we do 2 pieces of sawdust, rich slag, and niter, we get 8 pieces. Or we can do niter, pulverized charcoal, and rich slag and get 32 pieces of rich phytogrow. And let's see, do I have any niter? I don't think that I do at the moment. We have a chance to get that whenever we pulverize sandstone, so it's really not that hard to get. 50% chance. And I think I've got some sandstone, right? Like lying around somewhere. Yeah, right here. Okay. From that invasion from earlier. So, let me actually adjust this. I don't want this to pump out right now. Okay, so there's some niter. Awesome. And then if we just get ourselves a little bit of charcoal. Okay, there's 8 pieces of niter for now. That's fine. And I mean, I can always throw the sand back in there, you know, make more sandstone and then throw it back in there. All this stuff, we'll automate it once we get to the point where we can actually start automating things. Right now is not that point, though. And there's our pulverized charcoal. Then we can just throw these 3 together. Oh yeah, I threw all the niter back, didn't I? And there's 32 pieces of rich phyto grow. And then what we can do is get... for example, let's grab some seeds. Let's grab melon seeds. Let's grab sugarcane. Potato seeds, carrot seeds. I'm actually going to have to get those grown. Like, let me throw all this stuff into there. I'm going to have to grow some and actually get the crop itself. And the nice thing is you can actually use this for the witchery stuff as well. Yeah, see all the witchery plants. Also botania petals. Mushrooms, dyes, like all kinds of things we can use this for. Shimmer leaf. Of course, you have to get into agricraft, get those agricraft seeds first. Speaking of, because I need cactus, we'd have to get poppy seeds. We could actually start maybe getting into agricraft soon. Possibly, but anyways, what we can do is we can take these seeds, throw them in here. Let's go ahead and put our phyto grow in there. And that's going to start running this. And then once it finishes, we'll get a little bit of an output. Let me close that off real quick so you guys can see what we get. But there's actually like a whole quest tab in here under farming for getting like... Whoa. Okay, 384 sugarcane, 384 wheat, watermelon, pumpkins. Okay, well anyways, that gives us 3 wheat and a seed. Honestly, with it taking 384, though, of everything, I don't know if I want to do this or... I mean, some of this stuff is super effective. Like, for example, sugar canes. If you run those through, you get 6 with rich phyto grow. But at the same time, I mean, sugar cane's very easy to automate. So, I don't know. Let's see, can I plant these potato seeds? Yeah, I can plant the potato seeds and the carrot seeds down. Just on the ground. And then we can just bone meal those up. Aha! But I'm actually not for sure right now if this is how I want to do it, or... You know, after seeing those amounts they want you to get. It's very, very steep, to say the least. Let me get... That stuff ran through there. I think for these quests... Yeah, see, we really just need the carrots, the potatoes, and I've got to go get cactus. Honestly, I may just get into agricraft to get cactus. I think that would probably be easier, but we might do a bit of exploration and see if we can come across some cactus. I don't know if there's any way to just craft up cactus, but you'll notice the carrots, they actually give you a bunch of carrots, 9 carrots for a single craft, and I think potatoes is pretty much the same way. I believe. It's not really any other way for us to get cactus that I can see. And see, yeah, it's 9 potatoes. So potatoes and carrots are actually very effective when they're ran through the phytogenic insulator. Grab those back. Okay, they're going to give us 2 lily pads and then 3 raspberries for those. Okay. But I don't know. I'm going to give it some thought and we'll see. I don't know if I want to go just use the phytogenic insulator for the crops, or if I want to actually build out farms. I mean, the carrots and potatoes really aren't that bad when they're ran through this, but at the same time, I mean, with the costs and stuff in this pack, I don't know. I'm not for sure. I mean, are these actually used for anything, like crafting-wise, or is it just so that we have like a food source? I mean, it's looking like primarily like just so you have a food source kind of a thing. I mean, maybe the bioreactor, but I don't see us getting into bioreactors within the series when we've already got big reactors, you know. Yeah, so I think it's really just for that quest, honestly, and just so you got like a food source kind of a thing, which right now, I mean, we're sitting good on food. And the berry medleys, we've got all kinds of Lycanites food I could cook up, like Silex meat. That stuff's so easy to farm. And then I plan on doing a bit of Lycanites farming, you know, within this pack. So I think I may just stick with the phytogenic insulator and just get to the quest kind of a thing. Yeah, I think so. So anyways, I know it's about wrapping up point, so I am going to end out this episode here. I will say that next episode we're probably going to see about maybe finishing out the rest of this quest, or this quest tab, because I've just got to make up a bunch more dark steel for like this and that. We've got to find all the presses. Not really a big deal. I mean, I know there's a meteor like literally right down the mountain here. So next episode we'll probably finish out that quest tab, and then we'll be moving on into, I will say right here, how, make a jetpack or hang glider. We're going to do that next episode for sure. And probably this is going to be tough. Like blaze rods, wither skeleton heads. I've got a blaze rod right now. I don't know. That's going to be tough. I'm going to see, we might go into like, maybe find some fire resistance or something like that. But for sure, we're going to get into flight. We may make a Tinker's Construct weapons. Honestly, I'm debating how I want to do the weapons, the Tinker's Construct weapons. Because we will make a beheading sword just to get wither skulls. But as far as a ranged weapon for this pack, I'll go ahead and tell you, I'm not going to just make the OP crossbow that you always make in every single pack ever. I've grown so tired of that. I don't care for using it all that much anymore, just because it simplifies things a bit too much. And honestly, I think Tinker's Construct is actually nerfed a bit in this pack. So really, I don't even think it would be as OP as it normally is. But I'm thinking of going with maybe shurikens in this pack. I actually quite like shurikens myself, and they would be something that I feel like a lot of people don't use all that often. And it would be a bit more fun, I think, than just going with a bow or crossbow. You know, you kind of have to get in there. It's a little bit more dangerous, because shurikens, of course, don't have quite as far of a distance that they can travel. So we might do shurikens or, you know, something. But I'm not going with the crossbow that insta-shots everything. I'm not doing it. So just a heads up on that. But yeah, next episode, we'll probably get that stuff. We'll probably get a jetpack and a glider. And that way we can actually start traveling and exploring a bit faster. And then we're probably going to start working on the cobbleworks, honestly. So I would like to get a cobbleworks in place fairly quickly, especially cobblestone sand, glass. I'd like to start getting, you know, the slag and rich slag automated. So, which is very, very simple to do. Or at least semi-automated right now, because we are going to have to use redstone for the rich slag. But other than that, we can automate everything else, you know, and just have to make sure that it's filled up with redstone. But yeah, so that's the plan for the next episode. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, as always, be sure to hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay up to date with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care. Stay safe, and I will see you guys then.